What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I'm going to start off by letting you guys know, guys, I don't have a crystal ball. I never have. TA is just scary to me each and every day. I expose myself to just literally look like an idiot each and every day. Luckily, it continues to play out like spot on. All right. So, I mean, that hasn't been a problem so far, but I'm just letting you guys know. All right. I only do what I do to try and help. I'm trying to make a name for myself here in the financial space because I do believe I have built up a skill set that is pretty valuable, and I see a lot of people like they don't expose themselves for losing money. Like if I'm down, I'll tell you guys. All right, I'm not gonna give specifics anymore because I'm not gonna expose myself to being kicked when I'm down. All right. Because overall, I mean, my TA literally calls the crap out of everything. All right, like I haven't seen it anywhere on YouTube. I watch other YouTubers, but like no YouTuber I've discovered, at least, and I've been in this financial space for quite some time. Been obsessed with the market for quite some time, so I've discovered quite a bit of channels. I haven't seen any channel use my style of TA, and that's something I pride myself on. So I'm really happy about that. All right, and I try and beat other channels to posting TA just so nobody could tell me, hey, you're copying such and such. Okay, if someone has good TA, it's gonna play out like any other form of TA. Okay, what I have found here on this channel, I demonstrate what works. All right, I have found these things to work. I found these indicators to work. I found this style of TA to work for me and for others. All right, but if someone else has found something else that does the same exact thing, it has the same result, just realize they only got to that outcome because they found something that worked. They found something that wins, okay? And if I'm winning, then their TA is 100% going to be aligning with me. So I'm just saying, my TA here on the channel is not the end-all, be-all. There are plenty of other solid TA channels on YouTube, all right? And I really have not seen anyone approach TA with my style before, which is, I mean, that's good. That's my channel, all right? This is like 100% original content. I mean, that's proof of it. Go find another channel that's really pretty much doing what I'm doing each and every day. You're not gonna. Or I don't think you are. At least not that consistently calls the shots. I'm gonna be, and again, like if you do, it's because his TA or her TA has proven its concept to that person, and that's why that person is continuously exposing themselves to looking like an idiot, just like I am. All right. So, and I also, before we start and get into the actual TA, I want to let you guys know, guys, I am a human. I have feelings. All right. I'm going to pretty much leave it at that. Please just realize if you're leaving a comment, please like put the mirror in front of the comment and like, hey, how would you take that comment? All right. Would that hurt your feelings? Straight up. I'm a human being, and I've been kicked while I'm down the past few days, and I've had to block several people. On Weeble, luckily I could just block them. Here on YouTube, I'm not gonna do anything. All right, and even on Weeble, I'm gonna stop. I mean, if there's Weeble's different because the haters can literally take my post down, and I had to eliminate people. And eventually, I started blocking a ton of people who were just leaving hateful comments. And over the next few days, I literally the post completely stopped getting blocked. So it's definitely someone in my following who was doing it. I'm not going to do that here on YouTube, so you guys can keep posting anything you guys want in the comment section. It is a community after all. I'm not going to discount anything anybody has to say, but just realize if it's purely like, if it's a hateful comment, you'll know it's a hateful comment. Please just like put the mirror in front of you as you're typing it and like realize, okay, if someone said that to me, I'd probably feel pretty bad about that. Like that sucks. Like being down $9,000 and someone telling me I'm going to continuously lose. And I have to, like, he literally told me to sell my put position at the low that it was at, and now that I'm down $4,000 to $5,000 less, he's probably not gonna be telling me that. It is looking likely the TA the past few days has been literally, guys, this is bull trap. All right, like straight up, everything suggests this is a bull trap. I'm not saying a Lehman moment happens. I don't care if a Lehman moment happens. I'll go over in this video why, like, hey, if it does happen, my position is designed to catch it. Okay, it is like there's a likelihood of a very big downfall coming. All right, I'm not saying it's going to come. Just like everything else I do on this channel, nothing's for certain. You know why? because I don't have that crystal ball and I'm not going to make these set in stone projections. No, I'm going to give you guys the likelihood, every single fact on the table. I don't care if it's going against my position. I want to know if something is a warning sign is going off so I can adjust. The past few days, I had very crappy trade management. I suffered the consequence for that. I openly exposed my pain to my channel, and I didn't think people would tell me to sell the top. I didn't think people would try and kick me while I'm down. I was wrong. It did happen. So I'm asking guys like, hey, please don't do that. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. If you do want to do that, fine. I'm gonna leave I'm not gonna leave any comment on your comment. I'm gonna leave a heart. All right, I'm gonna leave the heart on the comment just to show that, hey, like, I acknowledge that you said this. All right, but I'm not gonna give you the time of day because my actions are going to speak for me, and that's realistically what has been happening for months on end. All right, there's no reason for anybody to try and crap on the guy who is literally trying to help. All right, I hurt someone else's feelings and I feel bad 100% of the time. All right, I'm not a mean person. If I ever come off like that, just realize like maybe I'm in pain, maybe someone's hurting my feelings. I want to let you guys know that's the only reason anybody will ever try and hurt someone's feelings, because they're feeling hurt themselves. Okay, think about it. Like, and anyone who's doing really good in life, why would you want to put someone else down? Think about it. There's no reason to. So I'm just like telling you guys, like, please keep that in mind. I am a human being. I have feelings just like everybody else, and I do expose myself to looking like an idiot each and every day here in 2 places now, on Webull and YouTube. I'm not gonna block anyone. So leave the hateful comments if you want, but just realize, like, if you do leave them, it's exactly for the reason that I just mentioned. Like, you're probably in pain, right? And I don't want you to be in pain. So yeah, help yourself. All right, guys. So let's get into the TA. All right, I will. And by the way, moving forward, guys, I will work on the swearing. I will work on the ranting. All right, I'm gonna try and completely leave it out. If I catch myself doing it, I'm gonna acknowledge it on the spot and I'm gonna stop. All right, that is what I'm going to be doing. All right, and the reason I just took up 7 minutes of your time going over that is because it had to be said. It had to be said because I don't want to have to say it every video moving forward. All right, so I'm going to strictly from now on, I'm keeping it fundamentals and TA. The only thing being covered here on the channel, the factors at play are being covered here on the channel. Just know I'm not a bull. I'm not a bear. I'm not a perma bear. I'm not a perma bull. All right. I will literally, like, people say pigs get slaughtered. I say pigs are actually the only people who probably are the professional traders, which is anyone who has over $25,000 in their account. Pretty much a professional trader is someone who makes their living off of being a trader, all right? And the people who do so are the people who have acknowledged exactly what I'm saying right now, which you can't be biased to one side or the other. You have to continuously flip and play the chart. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters, all right? So just realize that moving forward. All right, so let's get it right into the TA. Sorry for 8 minutes, but again, this is being said so I don't have to take up any of your time moving forward, and I can just have very short videos that get strictly to the point. All right, so we'll start off with the daily time frame. We have this crossing down. I warned you guys about this yesterday, how we had the CCI on SPY and QQQ hinging. And look what happens, guys. This is your first warning sign on a larger time frame of we are going down. I do understand, and I've acknowledged here over the past week on this channel, over the past few days, 3 days specifically, because it's the Thursday today. Today, Thursday, guys. Holy crap, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, tomorrow could be crazy. But yeah, all right. I've acknowledged, and by the way, guys, look, you have one more day in trading left, and you're not even close to this. All right, you had 380 mil volume there. You have 237 mil volume here. Well, what was the difference here? We went up. All right, volume always is going to tell a story. All right, and this week's candle kind of represents that. If we get a massive volume spike here, just realize it's bearish volume. Okay, if we go into Friday and we sell off like 3-4%, I'm not saying any crazy crap happens. All right, but if it does happen, if we get a volume surge here and we're moving to the downside, the reason this volume candle may be close to this is because of bearish volume. Because as of right now, you have one more trading session in the week, and you are literally, holy crap, you are 140 mil away from catching that. So unless you have a 140 million volume day tomorrow, which probably is going to be happening only if you have a massive down move, because we've seen you've had 2 massive up moves here, 2.35%. You've had 3.14% move. And yeah, it was very lackluster volume here compared to what we had these 2 days, and you had these big spikes here. Okay. So I'm just saying, yeah, the only reason you would have a volume spike on the weekly time frame is because bears stepped in, okay, and bears shoved you down, and now you know what you need. You need 140 million volume in order to have this candle. I mean, also, but if we have that, we're probably going significantly lower than where we opened. Okay, if we had, well, not significantly, but we'll probably form like a doji or something if we do have that volume step in. All right. Personally, I don't think it is going to get all the way down there in one day, but I do think over the next few trading sessions next week, I think things are going to get pretty rough. I think we're going to break these lows. That's what I've been calling for. I told you guys this was a trap. I didn't mean to rant in the past videos. My primary focus was, hey guys, I need you guys to know this is a trap. Okay, I don't want my people getting trapped because that is how money gets lost completely. All right, I'm in dated positions. Any loss it was a serious loss before, and now I mean it's not too shabby. All right, I'm only down like around 20% of my position. 20, I think it's 23 or 24% to be exact. And by the time we do end up breaking lows, yeah, I'm probably going to be up significantly because I entered in thirds, and yeah, all right, it was valid. All right, guys, so now that we covered what's going on in the daily time frame of SPY and QQQ, let's go over what's going on VIX. All right, VIX has the exact opposite thing happening. We had our cross over here while we had this start hinging up here. All right, at the same time, I called out in yesterday's update that we have this wedge, and I think I called out on the day before. I'm not sure, though. It might have just been yesterday's update because we just started getting this another touch point of this bottom trend line. We have a wedge slash bull flag formation here at the same time on SPY that we had this 4-hour bearish divergence. So the same time the SPY is giving a 4-hour bearish divergence, which is a huge warning sign on the 4-hour time frame, which I consider the larger time frames of the 4-hour chart, the daily, the weekly, the monthly. Smaller time frames that I use, the hourly. I just started using 30-minute recently because it's helped. The 15 and the 3-minute. Sometimes I use the 2-minute, but I just like having it up there. Sometimes divergences form on the 2-minute, but not the 3-minute. So that's typically how I pretty much can always see when the bottoms and tops are occurring between the 2 and 3-minute. But yeah, you had this 4-hour bullish divergence on the on VIX over here, while you had the bearish divergence on SPY. So when you have that going on, they move opposed to each other. So you know that's a pretty strong signal there that you are going to be going up on VIX and you're going to be going down on SPY, all right? And that does look like we are going to see that play out within the next few days. All right, in order for a divergence to play out on a specific time frame, it needs to go all the way up to the opposing line. So if it was over here, it would have to cross the oversold line and rise to the overbought line. When it rises to the overbought line, there you go. Divergence played out. All right. So if next day we see a massive candle here, and massive 2 candles, I think, forms on the 4-hour time frame. Intraday is 8 hours, right? 9:30 to 4. Yeah, so that would be pretty much exactly. Yeah, that's like 8.5 hours intraday. So yeah, I mean, if we do see 2 massive candles and we see a breakout here, I mean, most likely we are going to see this. So it's not a Bulkowski confirmed wedge here because it hasn't lasted 3 weeks. This is a 2-week wedge that is formed here. All right, but it's most likely going to be playing out the exact same like we have seen. I know I saw it on QQQ and I called it out. There was a 275 price target for it. I think it was right. Yeah, it was right here. Or no, was it SPY? I don't know which one actually had it. Maybe it was on QQ. I don't know. But yeah, no, never mind. I just played the trendline break, and that price target was 275, and it was on this day right here. Or I didn't play it. I called it out though. I did call it out on Webull. But yeah, it's most likely going to play out like a normal wedge would, and one of the price targets would be this top thing right here, where like the wedge started. That's price target number 2, guaranteed on Bulkowski's way of measuring things. The only targets, if you guys have been on this channel for a while, only targets you see me putting on are confirmed price targets, all right? Other than that, we still do end up playing a very significant amount of these moves just from, like, you know, we can call the shots here without price targets. And I mean, we will just play it as we go. Like what is going on right now at SPY. We don't have a price target. You know why? Because all price targets were hit on SPY, all right? This was an absolute massive move that we had the opportunity to play, and yeah, we did end up playing the crap out of it. I did draw it on the 4-hour time frame. And there we are. And then, yeah, actually it was supposed to be starting here. Then you had it go like that. All right, just like right about there. And you go right there. And then you go up here. And then as you see, the confirmed breakout of these patterns are always going to be the breakout and then the daily close. All right. So this would have been your breakout. And just to demonstrate like how these, so price target number 2 was right here. All right. And price target number 1 was probably, I do believe it was around 400. And we hit that very quick. All right. Like that's what I'm saying. The power of confirmed targets. That's literally the only reason I call out targets here on the channel is because of that. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, just know that normal drawings for TA, all right, normal trend lines, horizontal lines, and anything else is going to always be this blue color right here. The yellow lines, which it's normally that yellow, the yellow lines are targets. The only lines that are yellow are targets, and the green lines are gap fills. Everything else, I don't use any other colors, okay? If there's a red line on there, that's because something doesn't fall into a certain criteria, and I want to mark it specifically. All right, so just that's my warning sign to you, all right? If you're going to be following the TA here on the channel, there is your key to the map, all right? So there you go. Yeah, all right, so this was a sexy target, okay? Like you literally got to play a $55 move there if someone were to have bought in 2-month puts and just literally hold throughout it. There you go. A lot of money was made, all right? And that's the reason there's no targets on the board here. There's a reason we're just playing it by ear, and that's because, hey, there's no reason to put a target on the board. There's no patterns. All right. And if it's not confirmed, there's no reason to. But yeah, guys, we have a pretty good shot here at rising here on the VIX and falling here on the SPY, just seeing as we do have the 4-hour divergence there. What I do want to point out is that the same way somebody could have taken this warning sign here, and we actually did we have a slight bullish divergence? No, we didn't have a slight bullish divergence. I think on the 30-minute or 15-minute 30-minute, you definitely had the bullish divergence form here. While you clear as day went lower there, and then you also had the same exact thing form on the 15-minute time frame. And then if you go down to the 3-minute time frame, you could have really pinpointed that. Where was it? Over here. And I can guarantee there was one because I saw it. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what I like doing here. As you will notice as we go on the channel. You can always pinpoint a pivot point on SPY just by using your divergences, right? And this is like, I was doing this for a little while with one of the accounts. I'm going to continue doing that, but I will say my emotions did get the best of me. It didn't do what I should have done. I like literally acknowledged that we are likely going to be going up. It was over here. It was when SPY was at 363. It was at the beginning of this day. So like, kind of sucked, all right? But SPY was, or not 363, 361. Go on my Webull and you will literally see that I called it out. I said the bull trap is likely the scenario that we go with, and I called it out in this report over here. I think it was, yeah, it was Friday. So I called out in the weekly report that bull trap was on the table, all right? So, I mean, yeah, bad trade management, that was on me, all right? And I called out the pain that I was in strictly because of said trade management, all right? But like also, like again, to just show you guys like, hey, I'm not full of shit here. This literally does work. All right. The constant pivot points are being pointed out just by using divergences. Okay. I can't guarantee you would have caught in this move. All right. Because there's nothing telling me you would have been catching it. They're not always going to be there. All right. And when they're not there, then that's when you don't play them. There's no reason to. All right. But like most of the time, you will see things like this pop up that will just literally signal clear as day, like sell-offs, all right? And people can think it's stupid all you want. Call me clown all you want. Continuously works for me, all right? So there's no reason to fix something that's not broken, all right? Again, you could have played the crap out of here. Like, this is what I'm talking about. If you're just, like, watching intraday like I am, you're constantly going to see these things pop up. And that's why a lot of my TA is going to be divergences that pop up on different time frames. Because that's like one of my strongest signals there. Like it always, like the pivot points, they're not always marked by divergences, but like vast majority of them, 8 out of 10 pivot points, I'll say, are marked by divergences. So, I mean, you know, just go back test it. Go look at an intraday chart yourself and see if I'm full of shit or not. All right. What I will say is you are stalling here. Okay, you're stalling here on the daily time frame on this declining volume. I literally think this is because like we are in an important spot right here. All right, and bears and bulls are both crapping their pants. Bulls are like, holy crap, what did I get trapped? Did I get trapped? Like, holy crap, were they right? Were they right? Was I clowning on the people who were literally like telling you like they were just trying to warn me? Most likely, yeah. Okay. And guys, I'm not a bull or a bear. I don't care. I don't pick sides. I literally don't care. All right. I will play for years and years to come, both sides. I'm not a pig. All right. Well, you know what? Technically, I am a pig by most people's definition. All right. I do flip back and forth, but that's because, hey, that's how you make money. That's literally it. You can't be biased to one side or the other and only play one side because you're going to completely be blindsided when the tides switch. All right. I will never be blindsided when the tide is switching, when momentum is shifting, because I am open to always playing both sides. Okay. This, by the way, this up move was literally, you had a clear as day, larger time frame warning here. All right. Just like I gave these, I didn't give that specific warning, but I gave out this warning in my weekly update that said that this was actually a possibility. It was on the table, all right? The bull trap. It was like that's pretty much like a lot of my TA is just me going through the different time frames and literally telling you guys what's on the table. I won't tell you where it's going. I'll tell you guys where the probability suggests it's going off the said warning signs on different time frames, but I will never be certain about something, and that's something you guaranteed. I can promise you're going to see time and time again here on the channel. I am not going to give exact projections. I'm going to tell you guys what is on the table. All right. And then as we go, I'm going to give you guys the likelihood of that playing out. All right. If something's it's like very probable going off of what has happened in the past, why would things be different this time? I'm not going to shield you guys from that. No, I'm going to allow you guys the benefit off that, just like me calling it out benefits me because I get to not get like, you know, my goal is to not feel pain, because the more pain you have, the more irrational decisions you're going to get. All right. I like, honestly, like, dude, I didn't like being kicked while I was down because, hey, I knew I was susceptible to flipping while I was in pain. All right. When in reality, I could have completely prevented the pain. I've acknowledged here over the past few days. If you want to go back on the previous videos, yeah, I'm going to say there probably are rants in there. Okay, they're longer than they needed to be. This video, no, this is a long video, and I got a lot to say, like straight up. We cover everything here on this channel. So, I mean, if there's some days where it's long videos, because we got to talk about things. All right, so like today, we have a lot of TA going on. All right, so it needs to be talked about. All right, but yeah, guys, I do believe you are stalling here on SPY with the volume. You have this declining volume here while you're just completely stalling out. Because I think bulls and bears just don't know which way we're going to be going. Like, yeah, this was a minus 1% day. But if you look what happened, it was a fight. All right. It was literally a constant fight between the bulls and the bears. I had no idea if this was going to be the day we were going to start breaking down. I suggested on this day, which was, yesterday, I said that my guess would be that going off of with all factors considered, my guess would be that we are going to start stalling out and we're going to start shifting momentum to the downside. And you guys can go fact check me on that. Go to the Weeble post from yesterday. My guess was that, yeah, we were going to start stalling out. All right. Which is strictly because we had the warning signs flashing in our face. And if you're going to ignore them, I don't know what to tell you. All right. That's all I do here on this channel. I bring you guys warning signs. So yeah, and that is what the TA suggests. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't have a crystal ball. I never know if it's going to play out. I can just literally over and over and over again give you guys the warning signs that continuously pop up. And if they play out, they play out. Which, dude, the probability, why would I be calling it out if that wasn't the likely probability? That's why the warning signs are a thing. All right, which, I mean, other people, you're probably not going to hear other people calling them warning signs. I look at things as warning signs. Because like they don't always have to play out, but if you have several warning signs aligning with each other, like the fact that we have SPY or VIX in a falling wedge here with a 4-hour bullish divergence, while we have SPY with not a bullish divergence, but a 4-hour bearish divergence, like it just signals, hey, it's probably going to be breaking to the downside. We're going to have VIX breaking to the upside out of that. And if we do get that, we're playing this on the 4-hour time frame. I'm not playing it, but watch it on the 4-hour time frame. If we get the 4-hour close over here, yeah, that's pretty much your confirmation close, and you're most likely going to be headed towards this target. I don't know if you do, but you know, that's typically what happens. We hit our target spot on of this wedge we had going on over here. We go on to the daily time frame. All right, this is something we had in our chart for quite some time, which was this bad boy right here. It was right there. And then we come over here, and I think it was it that? Yeah, right there. All right. The target number 2 was right here. Target number 1 was hit pretty quick. It was somewhere over here. All right. But target number 2, actually, no, I think it was a $30 target. All right. So it actually took some time to hit that. I think it was, right? You guys can go back. I don't know what the target was. I'm not going to do it right now. But guaranteed target number 2 was over here. And yeah, we literally hit it spot on and then reversed. All right. And that's why I like using confirmed targets. They typically get hit. Okay, I wouldn't be using them if they weren't like the probability wasn't in my favor with them. All right, but yeah, the VIX is most likely going to be breaking out. SPY is most likely going to be breaking out. And like what I said with the volume thing, how we're stalling out, bears and bulls don't know what to do right now. All right, straight up, I could tell you right now, I had people kicking me while I was down, and I'm not gonna say I was crapping my pants because I knew like, no, the people doing so, they're gonna eat their words. All right, it doesn't really matter. So I got to stop giving them my energy. And yeah, I'm not going to be commenting on any hating comments anymore. I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I'm going to leave a heart on the comment, show you that I see it. And I'm going to let you just eat your words silently. All right. And if you want to delete the comment, go back and delete the comment, please do. All right. Like, there you go. You don't have proof that you were clowning on someone who ended up winning. All right. Because like I said, I'm going to keep winning over and over again because I am not a bear or a bull. I'm just going to do what the warning signs are suggesting constantly. And then I play targets when they are put on the board, which those are my A+ setups. If you got a target, those are the A+ setups. I'll go heavier on those. All right. But yeah, all right. I do think the volume is going to be stepping in once you break this level. Or if you come back up here and yeah, you're probably going to have volume breaking out to do that. Now, the warning signs aren't suggesting that we are going to be coming back up and breaking these. We have the larger time frames suggesting that we're stalling out. All right, so I don't expect that to happen, but we do have this hourly bullish divergence going on right here, and it also is just over where you bounced. Okay, when you're in the oversold territory, it's pretty much destined to get a bounce. All right, so I'm just letting you guys know. All right, like it really can like, you know, anything can happen. All right, like don't bet solely on it's going to die. All right, but I mean, you guys know my bet, and that's really what it is. Yeah, I put my money where my mouth is. That's kind of what it is. All right, but straight up, I do expect volume to most likely be stepping in if you do end up coming down here. All right, now something I will also mention, which I may have mentioned in this video already, which is the weekly volume. What the hell is this? You have your up week on SPY, and it's not even close to this week. Not even close to these weeks as well. All right, you're 140 million. No, you're a lot more. 580 minus 360, so 20 million. 220 million less. Wow, dude, you need 220 million more volume to come in today or tomorrow in order for the volume to support this bullish trend compared to what we had going on over here, which was the break of June lows. At the same time, you had this monthly candle with the spike of volume as well. I'm just saying, guys, I am just saying we very much so can see volume also supporting our thesis here on the larger weekly time frame, which leads me to what I have to comment on next. I told you guys how we're going to be calling the bottom. The bottom will be called with a weekly bullish divergence. If we don't have a weekly bullish divergence, guys, I mean, like, I just don't think it's going to be happening. But what I will say is we have one carving out now as we speak, okay? It doesn't look like it's finished done because of what we just spoke about. I think next week will be bearish. I don't know if it's going to, like, the next few weeks are likely going to be downfall, okay? There is, like, a high probability. And by the way, 20 MA, before I change the MA, on Webull, I always have the 20, 50, the 100, and the 200 on. I just don't do it here because I only get 5 indicators with my plan. So, you know, I'm not going to use a bunch of them on moving averages. So I always have one that I'm watching here. And the other day, it was the weekly because that's what I was watching here. I needed QQQ to close under there. Now, I want to just point out, I don't think this time is going to be any different. I still don't. I don't know if it, like, I don't need it to for me to make money here. I don't need it to be any different, or I don't need it to be the same. I don't need SPY and QQQ to tank in order for this position to play out. I just need to, you know, we need to break those lows, and most likely the position is going to be decently up already. So, I mean, that was the last time you had to close under there. All right. You don't get these false signals with QQQ, which is NDX or NDQ. I don't know the difference. So I mean, I know, like, there is no difference is what I actually should have said. But yeah, you had your close here. Boom. 3 weeks, 30% down. All right. You had your close over here. 3 weeks, 20% down. If we catch a move like that, I don't care, guys. All this pain was completely worth it. All right, that's the point of me going big on this position. I think, like, there's a high probability we break the lows, and we break them significantly. We have a gap down here on SPY. All right. Oh crap! I deleted it. Gosh darn it! Did I really delete that? Crap, man. I don't know why I deleted that. It's down here. All right. It's at like 338, I believe. That could be where we're heading. I have no idea where we're heading. But it really does look like we're going to end up coming down. All right. This weekly divergence likely will have another stem to it. We're likely going to have something play out like that. All right. Maybe we come a little lower and then we form it like that, and it just doesn't undercut over here. Maybe that's the weekly divergence. And, like, that's what I'm saying. I am not a bull or bear. I don't care what happens. I will play whatever's in front of me. I'll continue to do so till I die. All right. But yeah, guys, I do think volume is going to end up stepping in when we end up breaking this level. Okay, that's when bears, like, hey, holy crap, we didn't build any support. You had this very slight level over here. All right, but, like, in reality, that's like nothing. Okay, that's like nothing. So, I mean, who says once you're breaking that, you're like, your last line of support is like really over here, and then you're, I'm not gonna say free falling, but you're in price discovery to the downside, and things could get ugly real quick, and, you know, fear can step in. A lot of people will, I guarantee a lot of people got bull trapped here. I guarantee it. All right, so, like, those people are going to be panic selling when you do see these things, and there you go. All right, you bought high, you sold low. Congratulations. I tried warning everybody, but yeah, I got taken the wrong way from some individuals, and that was that. All right. Yeah, I do think volume's going to step in under there. Either way, the weekly candle is not supported by volume. That's very apparent. All right, guys, so I think I covered everything that we got going on. You got the slight bullish divergence happening in the after hours here in the hourly time frame, and yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a little bounce. Okay, that is perfectly what I'm expecting. All right, I'm expecting a little bounce. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'm not surprised. Okay, because, like, we can oftentimes come deep into oversold, but with how it's looking right now with that bullish divergence, tells me you likely are going to be, like, probability suggests you're going to have a bounce going into tomorrow. And then I do think the likely scenario is that we end up coming down, we break the level I just pointed out here, and I just want to point out this is a clear as day level for bears to play. Okay, anybody who is looking to play the downside, this is clear as day. That's $15 right there of no support. You had this slight level right in here, but, like, realistically, that's not support. All right, it didn't really, like, that. No, that happened several times throughout the past few days. This isn't support. We lost it very quick. We came down here and then formed out. This, I would say, yeah, that's where bulls stepped in and stopped the bears, and that's when a level forms. Like, other than this down here, we don't have anything, like, very obvious. We don't have anything very obvious and apparent. All right, so likely we're going to cut through these levels like butter once we do end up cutting down there. I mean, I'm not saying it's one straight fall. Maybe you do have another one, and then boom, this level is formed, and then you have to break that. All right, but either way, the TA suggests we are going to be going down over the next few days. If we do go up, I will be surprised. Okay, I'm expecting a little bounce, but again, going to be a bull trap because, yeah, it's on the hourly time frame. The larger time frames are now suggesting momentum is going to the downside. All right, in the VIX, larger time frames are suggesting momentum is going to the upside. All right, so I am very excited for this. I told you guys I always, like, expose myself to looking like an idiot each and every video. All right, people have taken advantage of that the past 2 days. Even though I called it, I don't really understand that, but pretty much to a T, might I add. Like, my TA is continuously just spot on the intraday time frames as well. All right. But yeah, guys, like the scenarios, we bounce going into tomorrow, and then we come down and break, and we are likely going to have a wicked sell-off. Okay, we went up $22 in 2 days. Okay, from this close, so pre-market, all the way up to there. Yeah, $22 in 2 days. That's crazy. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that in 2 days. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Sorry for the 35-minute video. It is what it is. Peace.